Yo, what's up? What's up? Real name Kevin Mack. Welcome back to the podcast. Second episode. I would like to thank everybody who looked at my first episode. Everybody who commented. Numbers are still going up. I think right now I'm at like 50. And that means 50 people actually sat there and listened to me. And I really even I barely said anything about it to people. Like it was like word of Facebook, YouTube, and everything. But either way it go, I like to tell people that I appreciate y'all looking at that video. My bad, I was making chicken earlier. Uh, nah, but I would like to tell everybody I appreciate y'all taking a look at that video, listening to it, commenting, everything. It means a lot to me. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I finally feel like I can do it. Um, that video was about Michael Jackson and the top five things I feel like I wish Michael Jackson would have done before he passed away. You know, yeah, it's a good time. Go take a look at it. Go listen to it. But this is the second episode, and today, um, I want to talk about something that always starts an argument online. A lot of people say ain't nobody beating R. Kelly in a versus battle. Yeah. Look, I get it. The man got hits for days. We talking bump and grind. Your body's calling me. Ignition remix. Step in the name of love. I believe I can fly. Yeah, and a whole lot more. You know, it's crazy, right? I was talking to my brother last night, and I really realized that this man got hits galore. That's hits McGee right there. He even, man, look, R. Kelly first album, what Born in the '90s with public announcement or Public Enemy, whatever the fuck the name of the group was. And they from Chicago, Chi Town. That's where I'm from. Um, that had I think what two, maybe three hits that we all like. You know, what Honey Love, Slow Jams, Dedicated. I'm pretty sure it's more songs that other people like. Those three was my joints. But after that, he just took off with what 12 play, bump and grind, your body's calling me, step in my room, all these songs that no women, I don't even know Step in My Room was on 12 play. But he had so many songs on that. Then after that, what we talking about? The album that's I think it's named R. Kelly, the R. Kelly album, but that album, bro, I looked at that album and I was like, damn, he got a gang of hits on this album. I'm talking about Tempo, Slow, Baby, Down Low, um, You Remind Me of Something, I Can't Sleep. It was like songs on top of songs in the Red album. Man, bro, that album is so dope. That album was crazy dope back then. And there's something else I realized too, talking to my brother. That was a double album, R&B artist double album. And I don't think it's too many R&B artists made a double album. I know R. Kelly made one. I think Prince made one. I'm a big Prince fan. I'm gonna do a Prince podcast on Prince real soon. But I think Prince made a double album. Um, R. Kelly, Beyonce. I think Sasha Fierce was a double album. Um, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that many like R&B double albums though. You know what I'm saying? But that for that to be a double album and it had like hits galore on that album. We're talking about Half on a Baby, When a Woman's Fed Up, Did You Ever Think? There's a lot of songs in that album. I be trying to name the hits, but I got songs that I just mess with that I know deep cuts. It was hella deep cuts on the album. Reality, Don't Put Me Out, super deep cuts on that album. But we're talking, but and that's why it's gonna be hard for anybody to beat this man because A lot of artists be having albums with like 2 or 3 hits on them, and then the versus battle be, yo, he go the album that had this song on it. Let's play like 2 or 3 songs. But shit, you could play some R. Kelly albums, and you could take up the whole show with just that album. You know, that's how I felt about the Jeezy and Gucci Man album. I mean, battle. I felt like Jeezy, all he had to do was play TM 101, and he was up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't want to be biased. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say these people who I think could give R. Kelly a run for his money. You know, and what I'm trying to do, I told people on my TikTok to, if you think, whatever, comment if you agree, or if you think, comment the songs that you think. I mean, comment the artists that you think could give R. Kelly a run for his money. Uh, I got my five. And the five that I have, I feel like in his era, in the R. Kelly era, because if we step outside the R. Kelly era, it's a lot of more people. One of the, like, I'm talking about actor from, I think, Born in the 90s came out in 1990, and he got probably like 13, 14, 15 albums or whatever. Now, but from 1990 up until that day, I'm naming the artist that kind of started where he started, and you know, lasted as long as he did. Because my man's is where he belongs. I don't care what anybody say. I think the man is where he belongs. I have daughters. I think he's where he belongs. But you can't lock the music up. The music is still the music, you know? So, yeah, I think when we think about the people who he can battle, they got to be around that time. So, like, cause like I said, if you step outside of this time, you got people like Smokey Robinson. You got people like, or you step outside of his domain, like his kind of music, his time. You got people like Smokey Robinson. You got people like, who can mess with R. Kelly? It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Can I name people off back? Yeah, Smokey Robinson. A lot of people like to say Michael Jackson. I seen a video with Boosie was like, "Oh, R. Kelly can beat Michael Jackson." I'm like, who the fuck want to really sit up there and listen to a Michael Jackson and R. Kelly versus? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that don't be really entertaining to me. It's two different type of songs, two different type of musics and everything. And I'm like, nah, R. Kelly got those hits though. He definitely has those hits, but I tried to stay in the R. Kelly era, and people who's kind of similar to R. Kelly. And my number five person, I wrote notes, but I already know who it is. Somebody told me Jill Scott. I mean, I think I see why Jill Scott, you know, I see why people would say Jill Scott because she's like around that era. R. Kelly got a bigger catalog on the list. She ain't got them soul records that hit different songs. Like she got those songs. I mean, she has soul records that hit different. Songs like A Long Walk, Golden, He Loves Me, and The Way. The thing about Jill is that she got that grown folks music. You know what I'm saying? Her fans ride hard for her. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That was like, I guess that's like one of my honorable mentions because when somebody said Jill Scott, I was like, oh, I get that. I understand that. I kind of understand that because it's like she still be doing that that freaky music in her way, and that's cool. But I started my list off number five with Joe. R. Kelly wrote for Joe though, so this is why I put him number five. And I mean, R. Kelly probably wrote for these other people too, but I know he wrote for Joe. But I made him number five because of that. But I still think vocally, Joe had what it took to stand up against R. Kelly with songs like More and More. Not More and More. R. Kelly wrote More and More for Joe. But all the things, that one song was my shit. Why do all the good girls so I keep falling for someone else's dime. That was my shit right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. And let's make a love scene. Oh my God, the nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's like R. Kelly type of, you know what I'm saying? When he can play something, Joe can play this. You know what I'm saying? So I think Joe was a good contender. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he is big as R. Kelly. I mean, but at the same time, I can't really say that because Joe was an artist that people respected, people listen to, people probably still listening to the man. I'm pretty sure people still listen to the man. He's still on tour, and he's not in jail. Very important. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Joe is my number 5 artist. Now, Joe was the only artist where I'll be like, people be like, you know what I'm saying? That's who I feel like people be like, From here on out, number 4 on down, I think people will be like, oh, and number 4 being Usher. Usher, yeah. I got Usher at 4. Now, this is my list. So him being 4, that's my decision. If anybody hear the other ones, they be like, well, you put that person over Usher? Hey, this is me. This is real name Kevin Mack. I don't know the name of this podcast, by the way. And I need people to help me come up with a name for this podcast. So when you looking at this, think of a name for me and write it down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this podcast and be like, yo, this would be a good name. So make suggestions. And if I like it, I might use it. And I'll give you credit. No, I'm not going to give you credit because you're not going to get paid. But it'll be definitely highly appreciated. It'll be a secret between me and you. We both know. We know who really came up with the name of this podcast. But nah, I mean, I can't think of no name for it. I'm gonna think of one. At least by episode 4 or 5, I'm gonna have a name for this podcast. But this is episode 2, and I'm glad you came back. But number 4, Usher. I think Usher. I'm going to these notes to think about all the songs, but Usher got straight up classics though. You know what I'm saying? Songs like yeah, that was crazy banger. You know what I'm saying? You Got It Bad, Burn, Confessions Part 2, Nice and Slow, My Boo. All these songs, you know what I'm saying? These are good songs. These are great songs. And I think when R. Kelly play this and Usher play this, it's gonna be like, man, good time, real good time. I think it's just gonna be a great time listening to these artists go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You Make Me Wanna Leave, the one I'm with, you know what I'm saying? What else? Slow he made no, well, they weren't the same slow jams. R. Kelly took his slow jams a different direction. Usher took his slow jams and basically remade one of the classic slow jams. I can't think of the artist who made that song, but he did it with Monica. You know what I'm saying? Did I say no, I didn't say I'll be a groupie, baby. It's a lot of man, Usher got some joints. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's gonna be a tough time with Usher and R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? There's a crowd. If the crowd is heavy on party records and club anthems, Usher could steal a lot of those rounds. Number 3. My number 3 pick is Mary J. Blige. Yep, I think Mary J. Blige would give my man's a run for his money. She's like the queen of whatever R. Kelly is the king of. We'll call it like hip hop soul or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's her. Mary got pain records, party records, inspirational records, the same as R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Songs like Real Love, Family Affair, Let's Get It, Crunk Up on something in this Desiree. What is a Desiree? Can anybody tell me what's a Desiree? I never understood that though. I remember we was younger, we used to make fun of that. You know what I'm saying? In this Desiree. Is that even what she's saying? I think that's what she's saying. In this Desiree. If you know what a Desiree is, comment. And like and subscribe too. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate if this is your vibe, then like and subscribe. That's how I feel. And I appreciate you guys coming back and listening. But what is a Desiree? Can you tell me what a Desiree is? Comment. What is a Desiree? No More Drama, Real Love, all these songs, and Not Gonna Cry. Not go. Damn, man. Mary J. Blige got hits galore. You know what I'm saying? That's hits galore over there. So yeah, strength is emotion. You know what I'm saying? When those records come on, people don't just listen; they feel them. R. Kelly got the hits, but Mary got records that connect with people's lives in a different way. R. Kelly do too. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, R. Kelly do too. Man, this is a real challenge, if you ask me. R. Kelly and Mary J. Blige, I think that's a real challenge. You know what I'm saying? Her be number three. I think everything that R. Kelly is, Mary J. Blige is the female version, or R. Kelly is the male version. Everything Mary J. Blige is. This is equality over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think she gonna give that man a run for his money though. You know what I'm saying? That makes her dangerous. I think she'll give that man a run for his money. My number two, Beyonce. Yep. I mean, it's crazy because Beyonce could be number two, or she could be number one. But the reason I made her number two is because I feel like the number one person is more appropriate, obviously. But I think Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? I think look, hear me out. Beyonce could give R. Kelly a run for his money because, and that's even if she don't win because people love Beyonce. The reason I use Beyonce is because I feel like as a solo artist, she did that. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Beyonce is a way bigger artist than R. Kelly. Definitely is a bigger artist. But we're talking about the songs and how they resonate with people. I'm not. I listen to Beyonce a lot. You know what I'm saying? Crazy in Love, Single Ladies, Irreplaceable, Halo, Drunk in Love, Love on Top. These are songs that I know that if she played these against R. Kelly songs, she probably would rip the man apart. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough for me to always sit up here and hear people say can't nobody be R. Kelly in the versus battle. And then the first person they go to is Michael Jackson. I don't even think that's a good person to put up against Michael Jackson. I mean, put up against R. Kelly. The one person who I think you can put Michael Jackson up against is Prince. That's it. I'm sorry if you don't agree, but hey, this is my list. You over here listening to my thoughts. These are the things I think about when I'm having relations with my wife. It's not. It's not, but that's funny. But yeah, not even counting them Destiny Child records though. Not even counting them Destiny Child records. Beyonce got stadium records. R. Kelly, I can't, man, look. She got party records. She got love songs. She got empowerment anthems. She got records that dominate radios for over 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? Will she beat R. Kelly? That's up for debate. But shit, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Beyonce probably should have been number one because the number one person I got, I feel like he got those songs too. But the reason I wanted to put him number one is because he wrote songs for other artists. That's something that R. Kelly is big for. You know what I'm saying? And he got those hits. He got hits galore. You know what I'm saying? My number one person is Babyface Edmonds. Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, baby. Now, if we talking songwriting, Babyface is one of the scariest people R. Kelly could ever face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not only does Babyface have his own records like Whip Appeal, When Can I See You, Every Time I Close My Eyes, which is my shit, by the way. I'm listening to that song very often. That's my shit. You got to remember the songs he wrote and produced for other people. He had his hands on records with artists all over the music industry. Songs with Boyce the Man, End of the Road. The man wrote End of the Road. He wrote End of the Road. He wrote for what's the deal? I only think of you. That's him in that record. The man wrote for New Edition. He wrote a lot of joints, man. Boyce the Man, New Edition, uh, Tony Braxton. He wrote bangers for Tony Braxton. And yeah, my brother D'Angelo, he liked to always point out that he wrote "Take a Bow" for Madonna. And yeah, I get it. That's a hit. Me personally, I ain't really digging the song, but the video, oh my god, when Madonna gets in that bed, Yeah, this becomes the after hours section of the show. Yeah. When not Beyonce, when Madonna gets in that bed, my voice gets like this. Yeah, Madonna in that bed. That's one snow bunny. That's bad, bad, bad. You know, real talk though. Madonna, a lot of people was attracted to Madonna. Me personally, I feel like Madonna was top tier. That body was top tier back in the day though. That's what I'm digging. But anyway, let's get back to what we was talking about. Beyond Babyface. Babyface, I feel like Babyface could have easily been number two though, and Beyonce could have been number one because Beyonce got the joints. Beyonce got the joints, but Babyface has the joints. Let's do some songs. Matter of fact, hey Google. Um, hey Google, give me a list of songs that Babyface wrote for other artists. Let's listen to Google.
Babyface has written numerous hits for other artists, including these notable examples: Boys, Two Men, End of the Road, I'll Make Love to You, Water Runs Dry,
Water Runs
and
Dry.
A Song for Mama.
Oh, so I didn't even know
Whitney
he wrote that.
Houston, I'm
I'm
Your
your
Baby
baby tonight.
Tonight,
I didn't know you right there.
Exhale, Shoop Shoop, and Miracle. Tony Braxton, Another
Another
Sad
sad
Love
love
Song,
song.
Breathe Again, and
You're
You're
making me
Making
high.
Me High.
Tevin Campbell,
Tevin
can we
Campbell,
talk?
Can We Talk, and I'm Ready.
Didn't know he wrote I'm
Now,
ready.
Take a Bow,
Madonna, take a
Bobby
bow.
Brown, Every Little Step, and Rock Witcha, Karen White, Superwoman, Brandy, Sitting Up in My Room,
TLC Red Light
Red Light
Special.
Special, The Whispers, Rock Steady.
I didn't know he wrote the Whispers Rocksteady. See, the man got hits. So yeah, he been writing hits like, and I don't even think that's it. That's probably not it, but you know what I'm saying. He been writing hits for a long time. R. Kelly done wrote for Celine Dion, Michael Jackson. You Are Not Alone. Man, it's a lot of songs that Babyface wrote for people. So that's the reason why I would put him in number one personally. And the man wrote End of the Road. I didn't know he wrote, what was that just said he wrote? I didn't know he wrote I didn't know he wrote I'm Your Baby Tonight for Whitney Houston. So that means Babyface wrote the X-Men theme song. That's I'm Your Baby Tonight. Yeah. The X-Men theme song, Babyface, what a Babyface credits is in the X-Men theme song. Babyface wrote a theme song for a comic book cartoon. Yeah, Babyface did that. R. Kelly ain't did that. I Believe I Can Fly ain't the theme song of Iron Man. But X-Men, yeah, yeah. I think Babyface would have, I don't know if all these artists would have actually won, but I know that they could definitely give my man's a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like R. Kelly got hits on top of hits. Like when you go to like his discography, you listen to a whole bunch of songs where it's like, yo, my man's did this and he did that, he did that. The only thing is my man's an idiot, man. He's an idiot. An idiot. He ruined his career because he's an idiot. I don't even I don't even know if it's appropriate to be talking about this man right now because of how much of an idiot he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah, man, I ain't digging it. I ain't digging R. Kelly's outcome and how he ended up where he's at. That ain't where it's at. We'll never have this versus battle because my man's is stupid. Goddamn deviant. Yeah, man. But Babyface is still here, out here walking amongst the free, making songs like End of the Road and Every Little Step I Take. I wonder if Bobby Brown could have been on that list. Nah, hell no. Bobby Brown. I remember they called Bobby Brown the king of R&B. Well, Whitney Houston called Bobby Brown the king of R&B. Whitney Houston was on that shit. Because Bobby Brown is not the king of R&B. Nigga is the ribs and barbecue. Jamie Foxx. Nigga is the king of kings of he made barbecue sauce too. That's funny. He's the king of ribs and barbecue. No, but Bobby Brown is that dude. Dog. He's that dude, definitely. New Edition. I used to love New Edition. I'm a like growing up. I remember I had the Home Again album when I was a shorty, and people looked at me like, "Why are you bumping Home Again album from New Edition?" At like I was like 8. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I used to like the albums that my mom's bought for me was R&B albums. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get like, and then like I'm talking about like super young, like 5, 6, 7 and stuff. She bought me a bunch of R&B, not 5, 6, 7, but like 7, 8, 9. She bought me a bunch of R&B albums. My first album was Drew Hill, Enter the Drew. And I'm telling you right now, Enter the Drew is one of the greatest R&B albums I've ever heard in my life. From the front to the back, this album is crazy. You know what I'm saying? My brother always talk about whether or not he think Jodeci can be our. I don't think Jodeci. I'm sorry, I don't think Jodeci can be Drew Hill in no verses. I mean, there's a lot of people that's gonna be like, "What? What? Are you crazy?" I get it. I'm a bigger Drew Hill fan. I think Drew Hill got more bangers than Jodeci do. Jodeci got skips galore on their albums. You know what I'm saying? Gang of skips. Drew Hill, I don't think they got that many skips on their albums. Not for me personally, anyway. But we talking about who can beat R. Kelly. I think all those people I named could probably beat R. Kelly in the versus battle. You know what I'm saying? If they can't beat him, they definitely gonna give him a run for his money. But I don't think it's too many other people. You know what I'm saying? I think it's those people, and that's it. When we come to that, when we talking about the R. Kelly era, the people who, when you had to choose who you was gonna put in your song, whether it was gonna be this person or that person, I think it's those people. Mary J. Blige, Usher, Babyface, Beyonce, and Joe. And like I said, I don't even know if we gonna really say Joe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, we can't. I don't think Joe heavy as is heavy. Pause. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Joe could really have done it. You know what I'm saying? But when we go outside of that era, got Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, yeah, Michael Jackson, Prince. Yeah, I think those people could have would have probably smoked them. They would smoke them up with, especially Smokey Robinson, smoked them up real good with the hits. Smokey Robinson wrote damn near the whole Motown. You know what I'm saying? But the whole of 60s era, we giving credit to Smokey Robinson. 60s, 70s era. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, these are the people who I think, you know what I'm saying, could give R. Kelly a run for his money. If not beat him, or if he wash him, you know, yeah. And that's that. That's that. This episode, this podcast. This is a real quick one. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get this one out the way though, because like I said, I always like people. I always talked about this with people, like so I wanted to get it out the way. I just want people to get a chance to hear this, but I don't want to talk about R. Kelly no more. I don't know how people gonna feel about this. I don't know how I feel about talking about R. Kelly. You know, because I'm not one of them people that be like, "Oh yeah, R. Kelly don't deserve it." I think R. Kelly deserves to be in jail. Sue me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But other than that, that was episode 2 of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep on doing this. I like doing this. If you digging this, then come back, man. Come back. If this is your vibe, then like and subscribe. Again, if you could come up with a name, help me out. Write it down in the comment. Put me, put your what you think the name of this podcast should be. Other than that, like and subscribe, baby. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get these views up. I'm trying to get in you people's ear. I want to be that voice that you guys have when you think of these type of subjects. My next video, though, like I made one for Michael Jackson, I think I want to make one for Prince. Top 5 things I think Prince should have did before he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Prince was a real complex dude and very weird. People commenting under the video about Michael Jackson. I think Prince was weird. You know what I'm saying? Prince was definitely a weird dude. Prince had a nice little run though with Purple Rain, 1999, and what was the other album? I can't think of the name of the other album, but he had a nice little run. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. And we're gonna talk about that on the next podcast. And until next time on Dragon Ball Z, y'all have a good one.